Zachary writes, "Hey guys, love the show. I just recently saw the Creed trailer and I was very interested by it. Do you think that with Stallone taking back his role as Rocky in this movie that we can maybe get another Rocky movie? Thanks a lot."
I really can't tell you how pleasantly and beautifully surprised I was by the last Rocky film. That was just a true comeback for Stallone, for the character. That was a movie that could have been so ridiculously silly. A 60-plus-year-old man coming out to fight the heavyweight champion of the world, and yet they made it beautiful and believable, and it wasn't like a Rocky IV, which I adore, a Rocky IV or III, just like going out slugging. It was a human, emotional, beautiful story that ended perfectly. And what I've loved about this, especially the new Creed trailer, is that that's the Rocky we see now. It's the same Rocky now and further on in the progression of his life and where he is now. But I would say this, if anything to me, Rocky's presence in this Creed movie just reinforces the notion that we are done seeing Rocky movies. I think if anything, him now moving himself into the supporting role, basically playing Mickey now, that this kind of puts the final stamp on it that the Rocky story is done. His story will now be a part of Adonis's story, but as far as the Rocky story, I think Stallone is telling us that story's now done. He's transitioning from the character to a character, and it looks beautiful. So me personally, no, I don't think. I think the last Rocky movie put a final exclamation point on it absolutely perfectly. And his appearance now in this one, I think, just reemphasizes that. Schnepp?
I agree. I think the last Rocky was great, and it was the last Rocky. You shouldn't do another Rocky. In fact, this is the Rocky epitaph called Creed.
Yeah.
This is where he's taken, the master is now the apprentice is now the master. He's playing the Burgess Meredith role for the new Rocky, who is, his friend's son. So
if he says crap thunder in this movie, I'm gonna lose my mind.
Well,
it makes him go after the chickens.
He's even
that was great.
Yeah,
He's even dressed a little bit like Burgess, the way Burgess had the hat to the side a little bit. So there's all these little homages to the very first Rocky, to that character that Burgess played, that now he's taking the place. So I definitely don't see any more Rocky films called Rocky with Sylvester Stallone, but Sylvester Stallone is playing Rocky in this movie. This is basically what you're asking for, only it's just not called Rocky.
Remember, Stallone is very aware of where the character has gone, where he is going. And the other thing is that Stallone had he wasn't going to do, Rocky wasn't coming back. That was it. Ryan Coogler came up with this idea. The director came up with this idea and pitched it to Stallone. And then Stallone was on board for it. And it's going to be, I hope, a trilogy of movies. And like you guys said, he will be Mickey. And he's also the same age that Burgess Meredith was, roughly around the same age, the first time he ever played Mickey because Stallone's close to 70 years old or whatever it is too. So it makes sense. I want to see her. And from the trailer that gave away a little too much, I hope Rocky makes it out of this movie.
I think
he's going to. I think because of the fact that they already showed it to you in the trailer.
Well, he goes, "If I fight, you fight."
I hope, and it looks like he's at the match at the end. So I'm hoping. But I love the idea and Michael B. Jordan is a great person to take over the mantle. I want to see him eventually get into those Creedisms. I want to see him start talking some smack. I want to see him doing the rhyming. I want to see eventually. Not we don't need it in this movie, but eventually he starts. He's got to accept that he's Creed's son, and it looks like he's doing that gradually in this movie. But Rocky's going to help him get there. So I love where this story is going. I love the trailers that I've seen so much. Albeit maybe just a little bit too much of the story in the last one, but we're in good shape.
You know what I don't think you're going to see in this movie because of the fact that
the robot.
I know we will not see the robot. I don't think you're going to see Rocky wearing any tank tops or shirtless or anything because I think if they did, because I saw a recent picture of him from a month ago working out still. F me. Yeah. I mean, that dude, I don't know what kind of magical horse steroids this guy's on, but market that crap because he looks incredible. And then you see him in that trailer, even when he's still just doing the speed bag, that dude is smooth and fluid and fast. And I think to keep the emphasis on Adonis, I think they're going to avoid shots in Rocky of Rocky without a shirt on to go like, holy crap, this guy could still fight.
Well, Adonis also is not a heavyweight. He's a middleweight.
Right, he's a middleweight. And might as well mention, Michael B. Jordan physically
looks great.
put himself. A lot of people are talking about Jake Gyllenhaal for Southpaw,
right.
and how great he made himself. He absolutely, but Michael B. Jordan, he has really put himself in shape.
The
for
thing
this.
that excited me the most about this, not only the fact that we got to continue inside the Rocky universe, but it was the fact that Coogler and Michael B. Jordan were teaming up again. Like, I
Yes,
love
absolutely.
Fruitvale Station, very tough movie to watch again, but those guys collaboration. This is an actor and a director. I'm hoping it almost becomes like a Scorsese, DiCaprio / De Niro type thing with these two eventually as Coogler.
Well, if Creed works the way we hope it works, you can bet we're going to see more collaborations between those two.
True.